Alright, what's going on, boxing fans and gamers? It's your boy, Fight Nate's Finest, the Sophie commentator, coming at you with an update video. It's been a while since I sat back and I talked to you, YouTube. So, for those of you guys who want to know what's been going on with me and just know why there hasn't been any videos posted, that's what this video is for. If you're just one of those people who like to sit back and watch the gameplay and really don't care about what I have to say, I'm not sure when it's gonna cut off, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna post the entire video, like entire fight video, or if I'm just gonna cut it off after I finish talking. So this may not be the video for you. So I'm not sure if you guys can tell or not, but I am using a different mic. This is the HyperX Cloud 2 Pro gaming headset, and it costs about $100 if you're interested in it. But I personally don't think that it's good for commentaries, which is why this is only an update video, not a official return video, because I don't like it sounds kind of muffed to me, and also it sounds like I can't really explain it, but it puts too much emphasis on the end of words, or like just S sounds. It captures, I can't really explain it, but it just captures things weird. So in terms of the sound quality though, it's pretty good, and I don't know. Anyway, let me get into the video. Um, where have I been? So recently, I think I haven't posted a video in like 3 weeks, and the main reason for that is because I've really been just trying to take time to focus on me. And anybody who knows me personally knows, as a person, I'm very given. I'm the type of person who will put others before me, and I'll put myself on the back burner. But at the same time, to other people, I'm usually on their back burner, if that makes sense. So I've been taking the time to not put myself on the back burner, but to put myself on the front burner and just focus on me a little bit. So I've been just kind of reconstructing things and thinking about stuff and thinking about where I should be putting the emphasis on my time at, where I should what should be priority and what shouldn't be. And for me, YouTube was one of those things that I needed to cut out if I was really going to just focus on myself. As much as it's been a place for me to just talk like I'm doing now, for me, I wanted to not become so self-reliant on other people. And for that to happen, I had to cut out the area where I feel I get a lot of support from. So I've really taken the time to just sit back and worry about myself, think for myself, and just try to solve problems and things of the sort on my own. So I haven't talked to any commentators. I haven't replied to any comments. Like if you look on the screen now, you can see I have like a bunch of notifications that I haven't even read yet. And I'm also going to talk about in this video like my feelings about the Fight Night community, and also my feelings about YouTube in general, and things that I've noticed and how I kind of stack up in the world. So just a couple of thoughts and things of the sort that I've been having. So a lot of you guys know, if you've seen my video at the beginning of January, it's the first video I made during the new year. I've been trying to focus on, or I shared with you guys my goals, not in terms of YouTube, but that I have for real life. So I really want to try to accomplish those things, and with this downtime that I've had with not making any videos, and also I've had a lot of time off from school before the next semester start. I'm in the current spring semester, but it really gave me a good chance to sit back and worry about myself and figure things out. So for me, I've had a lot of time to think on those things and figure out how I'm going to go about accomplishing it, and if I'm actually going to be able to do it, and things of that sort. If you want to know exactly what it is that I'm talking about, you can always go back and watch that video. I guess I'll link it in the description for any of you guys who are interested in watching it. But when it comes to the Fight Night community, I'll touch on that first, and then I'll get into YouTube. And I feel like with what I'm about to say, I might lose some subscribers and some viewers off of it, but also I don't want anybody to really take offense to it. I'm trying to share how I look at things or how I feel about things, and maybe you guys can show me something different from what I've initially been thinking. So In terms of the Fight Night community, I've noticed this. As we all know, it's an old game. Game is like 4 years old now, but I still love the game very much. You know, I still spend a lot. I still not a lot, but I still spend time on it from time to time. Like I play a couple of matches every now and again, every now and again. But also, it kind of translates back into YouTube in a way also, because with this game, this particular game at least, the community is a kind of come and go thing. So there will be people who will be part of the same community or be part of the community, and it's like you start off with people start off with really good intentions. So they will start off watching this channel in order to try to figure out how they should play the game and trying to get help and trying to figure out the basics of the game, try to they realize coming into it is a sim game. Like this is how the game is supposed to be played, like the way you see me playing it now, using the jab, counter punching, fighting to particular styles, throwing combinations, things of that sort. And they come along and they see that, they're very intrigued, they're very excited, and they want to know how should they go about going in there, to ask for training and things of that sort. But then after they kind of get the base stuff, they venture off, and instead of coming back and going towards the more advanced things, they go to a community where they feel should be elite, and they go to places like the forums, which is just full of spammers and hackers, and they go to OWC, and they develop this kind of attitude that doesn't quite match up with how the game is supposed to play. It's like all honor kind of just runs out. It just goes right out left field. So for me, I've seen people in the comment section that were, when they first came, were really honest people. I've seen people who were bad and on the wrong side of things, which I believe is the spammer side. People who exploit the game. People who do not have any honor or respect for the sport of boxing or for themselves or for people in their community. And they've changed and they come to the sim community and it's made them better and their attitudes have changed. And for me, that was one of the biggest points of why I wanted to start a YouTube channel. But also at the same time, they got to the point where there's people who got to the point where they learn the basics and then they ventured off to that other side, and then you just don't know who they are anymore. And I've heard stories about people who were like formerly in the league. I've heard stories about people who, you know, I just used to see in comments, and then I'll check out like another Fight Night video, and next thing you know, I see them and they're like two completely different people. So for the Fight Night community and also part of like Fight Night YouTube community, it makes me wonder if posting Fight Night is worth it anymore. And not that I don't love the game, not that I like to continue to try to make something out of this game, or you know, continue to make video boxing game uh, boxing video game content. But also, it's like if you look at real boxing, this, I feel like when it comes to finding people who really know what they're talking about, there's a lot better people out there who do it better. Like that's the only way I can explain it. Like for example, people who analyze the sport better, know more about the sport, are up to date with more of the latest news than I am, who go on interviews and things of that sort. So for me, trying to switch to a boxing analyst or boxing YouTube analyst, that's out of the question, because there's people who have a real talent for it, who have the following for it, and who can definitely do it a lot better than I can. Those are people like the Boxing Boys. I think the Arrogant Warrior, I think it's 007. He makes really good boxing videos too. He also has another channel called Boxing Spear, Teaching Controversy Live, Boxing Beats and Rhymes. Those are really the guys that I watch and watch their reviews, and I learn a lot of information that I know about boxing just from watching them. Fight Hype is good for interviews and good source of like news that most people won't get, but for me, they do too many interviews for me to stay up to date with like all the latest boxing news, and most of it, sometimes I feel like it's too many interviews and too many videos to keep up with. Not that they're not a good source of information, it's just a lot that you'll have to go into. But as a hardcore boxing fan, those are the kind of things that you look for. But with the sources that I named previously, I'll put links to those guys down in the description. you can really learn some good boxing news and learn things about boxing from that. So for me, taking that kind of point of view of trying to make this into a boxing news channel wouldn't really work. And also, I don't think I know as much as those guys to be successful in it. So that's for me, posting like talking about boxing news that I hear afterwards. I would like to do that, but there's not enough guys on here or in the fight night community who really know and understand boxing and can look at it from an unbiased point. And I've had boxing reviews that I've done in the past where I can see a little fanboyism coming out for me, but you know, everybody has their favorites, and that's also one of the reasons why I feel I wouldn't be as good for it, because I do have my personal favorites and sometimes I don't have that neutral opinion. So on the YouTube like boxing scene, trying to take my channel in that direction, that's not something I think I'm cut out for. But in terms of YouTube, how have I been feeling about it after I've had some downtime? So after looking at YouTube and the way I've been doing it for like the last couple of months, I feel like presentation wise I've definitely grown, but I've also tried to help people out with like aimway.com. My boy Matthew Vernal, who was really active during the streams when I was posting Fight Night, and still came back and showed his respect when I was posting, like, not posting, but streaming League of Legends videos. A really cool guy. I feel like I couldn't help him out as much as I wanted to because of how the following on my channel is. It's like my channel is one where it gets solid views. I think for the for the type of content I post, I think we do really well in terms of views. But also there's those people who only want to see Fight Night, and then there's those people who don't think about, I want to say they don't think about me in a way it's like you'll listen to the video, you'll watch the video, but no one really likes the video and no one really comments on it the way it should be done. Like, because this is Fight Night and I see boxing in general, because there's a lot of older people and not as many young people, they don't see the significance in liking the video or commenting, which is really big for people who do the channel. Like, liking the video helps the video get noticed and also shares it with people who may have not known about the channel, and it also helps it come up faster in the search results and helps build the community, because it seems like when you get a lot of likes and a lot of comments on videos, the videos seem more relevant and it seems like there's an actual community, which on YouTube I think there is a community of people. But with my channel only getting about 30 likes with 2,000 plus subscribers and only getting about 12 comments per video without me replying. When I reply, it's maybe about 28 to 30 comments. Then the numbers don't add up, and therefore it doesn't make the community look appealing, and it doesn't keep the community alive, which thus causes less view duration as well as less people coming to play the game. Not that I generate, you know, new players all the time or anything like that, but it helps make the community look relevant, because with video games, if you have commentators, like if you think of, like, for example, it's the biggest video game community in my opinion. If you look at Call of Duty, there's a lot of well-known commentators, and they have people who watch their videos, and you can build a community around them. And if they host community-like events, people know it's like, okay, this can be successful because there's this many people involved, and there's many people coming back to it. So it's relevant not only because there's a new video game all the time coming out each year, but also because the community does things on YouTube to make it seem appealing, which is why it has quite the following that it does, regardless to the games being crap lately. Just because of the commentators on it, it keeps the game in a kind of state that makes it seem lively. That's the only way I can explain it. When you guys don't like the video, not only is it kind of discouraging to me to see that it takes maybe a week or two just to get about 34 likes, 30 to 34 likes, and it takes about a week to really get a bunch of comments on there. It's discouraging to see that I put a lot of work into the videos where it may take me about I know it may not seem like a lot to you guys, but sometimes it would make, like, for example, the video I put on the bingo hall YouTube, that took me about 2 weeks to put together. Not in full 2 weeks at a time, 24 hours a day, but 2 weeks of maybe like an hour and a half a day of editing to make. And it's the same thing when I really try to step up the presentation of like cutting out rounds, putting in like the scorecards on the side, and you know, editing the rounds out and all those things, and adding music and doing the actual commentary. It takes me about an hour to an hour and a half just to make the video, including render time. So when I make a video and I don't see those things, it's kind of a little disappointing to me, because it's like, okay, I put all this time in and it's only about 12 people who shown their appreciation by liking the video, and there's about 141 people who followed me on Twitter or followed me from a different place onto Twitter. I appreciate all the people who want to subscribe to the Bingo Hall of YouTube, but also I do appreciate the people who follow me who came from the YouTube streams over to Twitch and gave me about, I think, 70 to 80 followers on there. So it tells me who wants to show that appreciation. Not to say that people who don't watch the video don't show that appreciation, but I don't think you've really understood it from how I look at it from that point, because that's what makes me understand that I'm doing a good job and lets me know that I have the ability to grow, is by the amount of people who are liking and commenting on the videos, and I haven't been seeing that. So especially in February, when I was posting consistently and devoting a lot of time to YouTube, and I saw those things not really happening, and as I continue to post videos, I don't know if I was overdoing it by posting maybe once a day or once every 2 days. I'm not sure, but it made me feel like I need to take a step back, because I'm putting in all this work in, and it's not like I'm getting anything from it. So also with that, it's like something that contributed to that is when I look at, not to compare myself to other people, but when I look at people who stream, and I look at people who do YouTube, and I see them getting a bunch of likes and comments, and when I see them getting like these donations and sponsors, like I've seen people who on Twitch who stream for like maybe 3 to 4 hours every day at nighttime, and I see the fact that they're getting like $1,000 donation or like $20 donations like every 5 minutes, and I see them sub buttons, and that's on automatic $5 straight to the streamer. It makes me feel like, I feel like as a commentator and as a person, a YouTube personality, not so much in this video, but just in general, I feel like I do a lot better than most of those people. And I've been told the same thing, that I should have more viewers, and that me doing YouTube and posting Fight Night isn't going to get me the same type of things that most people think I'm worth. It really made me question if this is the route that I should be going. And one of my goals is to start streaming on Twitch, and I would like to get a sub button so I can see if all this time that I put in, not so much in terms of the money, but the interaction is what I live for. And the money would be a nice bonus. Like, it would be nice to maybe be able to buy a game every week or so, because I've gotten people who just donated to the channel or donated to the stream, and to see that all the time that I put in, like, it kind of transitions with money to make it seem like it's more, I don't know, just more worth it. Not to say that, like I said, I don't do it for the money, and from doing YouTube, from the time I've been doing it, like, it takes me about, I think, 4 to 5 months to make 50 bucks with advertisement and all that stuff that's posted on the channel. So for me to sit back and see that, it really made me feel like, am I not getting as much as I'm worth? You know, that's the only way I can really explain it. And not to say that those people are wrong for taking handouts and stuff, but at one point, it's like, that's something I would never do, is just taking donations and things of that magnitude from people, because I know people have jobs and stuff, but it also shows that people want to show their appreciation to you by having like a donation button and doing those kind of things. So that's just something I thought about. I don't have anything like that so much set it up, but I guess I will try it in the future when I come back and see how that works out. But in terms of that's how I just felt about YouTube, and I'm not really sure what I should post at this point, because I can keep posting Fight Night, and that wouldn't be a problem for me. In terms of streaming, I'll just stream Fight Night and maybe like any game I really feel like playing. But I also know that when I do stream different things, people people don't come and they don't watch. So it's like you guys are here for one specific reason and not really here to watch me. You're here for the gameplay. And I understand that because one thing I wanted to do since starting YouTube, and I think I've done a good job of that, is to show people that it's not so much about the person, but it's more about the game. And people should want to come onto YouTube to see gameplay, and not so much to see people's reactions of them just faking it to make it with like overexcitement for things and telling people that there's good products when they're not good products. Um, yeah, that kind of thing. People with the face cams and like it's just a lot of it I feel like is just overdone and none of it really focuses on the true intent of how it should be done. So that's the main reason I still don't do face cams and things of that sort, because to me none of that stuff really matters. To me it's about the game. Um, the game and personality. I think for me more than anything, I like to listen to the commentators and hear their opinion, like trustworthy people about it, and also for people to explain to me what's the reason behind the gameplay, which is why I do commentaries in the first place. So in terms of YouTube and why I haven't been doing it and why what I've been thinking in terms of YouTube and in terms of Fight Night, in terms of content and things of the sort, and why I haven't been posting videos, because I need to take a lot of personal time to kind of reflect on YouTube in itself and also to reflect on how I'm going to go about accomplishing goals that I have in real life and trying to figure out what course of action I should take. So if you guys feel like helping, if you sat through this entire video, put the word potato in the comment section so I know that you watched the entire thing. And that's pretty much going to be the end of it for me. There's a minute left in this fight. If you can, this is the type of video that I would like shared so that people can understand who do watch this channel, understand exactly how I feel as a content creator, how I feel as a person, and why I've done the things I've done and where I've been. So everybody who follows me, and if you have people that you know that follow me, they can completely understand it. Anyway, it's been your boy, Fight Night's Finest, the Sophie commentator, and I'm off this. Peace!